we got shit. What was your scariest life experience? Whoa.
Oh.
My scariest life experience is when his face. Okay.
What?
Joke. Your face jokes are not landing. They're
But they're laughing.
That's your jokes.
Hey, but they're laughing.
Oh, who left? Oh.
All right, so let's go down the line. Batman, what was your scariest life experience?
I will not say this is scariest, but this could count as one.
I could have one recently, actually.
My scariest life experience. Okay, so I was working at McDonald's, right?
Oh no, here we go.
McDonald's at 3 a.m.
How all
And my life
grand
has changed.
sagas start.
And then
Alright.
I saw.
And then I saw Big Mac. Alright, my scariest life experience is when it was like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 at night, right?
Yeah.
Nothing much, people were just ordering, even at night. I think I had told this story before, but these two guys just started going at it with each other.
Oh yeah, those two black guys. Yeah,
Oh yeah, those two black guys.
I remember that they were black. At
Well,
least
that's
Batman
what
says.
they do. That's just
But,
what they do.
What? Oh,
Excuse me.
one
This is
picked
unfortunately going to be
one
a threat.
one picked each other up and slammed him to the table. They just started going at it with each other. And then one of them, I was at the cash register, right? I'm like, just like staring at them like, what the hell are these idiots doing? I just shouted, you guys better stop or else you're gonna end up on YouTube.
The normal life of a McDonald's worker.
No, I wasn't even flinching or anything. I was just like staring at them like, what the fuck are these guys doing? And I was like, I was in the middle of ordering these two customers, like an Arabic, probably Arabics. They're ordering food. Yeah, like, they're ordering food. And they're actually putting their credit card in there. I was just like, this is going on down behind us, you know, or in front of me in that case. And we're just ordering food while they're just doing it.
Nice, bruh.
Shit, man, that's some spooky shit. That is my biggest like worry about entering retail. It, like that and like boomers and betties and shit.
May I speak to the manager?
Oh Christ, I can't.
One of them slammed into the cash register where I was at.
Oh, it's
Yikes.
fucked up, man.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I just took a step back when they did that.
Oh God.
That's like
Save
after
Batman.
after that, like 12 police officers show up on the scene, replacing two guys.
That's a little much.
Beyond
I mean,
scary.
that's
There's
America
two black men
for
at
you.
McDonald's. Everybody, go, go, go! Code
I mean,
7.
that's America for you. Whenever there's trouble, just like 12 police officers show up outside,
Hands up.
or at least 5 police officers, even though there's 2 people.
Okay.
Eventually, anyway.
Okay,
Anyway.
so I got a few spooky stories. There's one that really fucking scared the bejeebus off me. It was like 8. Probably talked about it before, so we'll skim over it real quick.
The
Yeah,
charity scam.
not the charity. The charity scam was a hoot. It was a hoot and a holler, dude. I didn't realize how horrible it was till several years later in my life. So, if you want to go see the charity scam, go subscribe to Mappercast Highlights. It's in the 2017 playlist.
Everyone subscribe to yeah.
Everyone goes subscribing. Yeah, okay. So, my family and I, this is when we still lived in New York, so we didn't get to do a lot of outdoorsy shit like this much. So we went out to this little like pier area in Manhattan somewhere. It had kind of this little grassy plain with trees and shit, and people could pretend that they lived in the forest for a minute. So we went there, and we laid out our picnic blanket. We had a nice little McDonald's picnic. It was so nice. My mom was pregnant with my sister at the time. I think it was it must have been 2008. And just out of nowhere, a bunch, like 10 fucking members of the fucking Bloods show up. They show up, they're clad in their red shit. It's awful, and they spend the whole time going like, "Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?" It was horrible. It was scary. They were just doing this weird shit all over the place. And then my mom had the fucking wonderful idea. They just like a 3 trillion IQ move of, let me pretend to call the police, but do it loudly so that they hear.
No.
and then they're gonna be scared and walk off. That's gonna happen, right? Members of the Bloods are gonna walk off. Nope, they didn't walk up. What they decided to do was to walk up to us and just terrorize this little family on the fucking beach. I don't know, the pier. That was horrible. I don't remember exactly. It was just kind of, they just kind of sat there and insulted us and were very aggressive, loud, fucking, you know, stereotypical 90s black New York teenager. It was bad. So then my dad called the cops for real. Of course, they never fucking showed up because, thank you, NYPD, a bunch of incompetent bastards. So, yeah, we got out of there. I got a Lego set as a consolation prize for the childhood trauma. And yeah, pretty much all my scariest life experiences involve the fucking NYPD. There was another time, I'll run through this real quick because I take every chance I can to tell this one. It was when I first started smoking the ganja. I was in Brooklyn with my neighbor and Mysterious and our other friend. And for some reason, the go-to smoke spot was this fucking playground in the middle of a three-way intersection. Where all the roads, where all the roads coincided, this was like in the middle, like a fucking, like a star fort. It was insanity. And we'd go out at like 3 a.m. to this place. People fucking everywhere. My neighbor was just like, "No, this is good. There's nobody here. It's a good place to do it." So we did it. And then, whoop, 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 here comes this little fucking cop car around the corner. My heart fucking drops because, you know, I don't do this shit a lot. I spend most of my time cooped up here fucking preparing for this goddamn podcast. So I go out into New York and get chased by cops. That's not the shit I want to fucking do with my life. So we get kind
Cosmic, didn't you say already one already? Why are you saying another one?
Because I wanted. All right, fine.
You said Scariest, so which one is the scariest?
It was terrifying. It was fucking This car just slowly trailed us for like a whole ass block. Eventually, we lost him, but I've never been so petrified in my life. Like high and fucking scared for my life walking away from this cop car. Horrible. Look. All right, Freeze. How about you?
Oh no, wait, hold on. But which one is the scariest? That one or that one?
I think I honestly couldn't tell. Probably the weed story. That was probably.
Okay.
We should really hurry up. It's
All right,
40
yeah.
minutes.
Okay, I just want to take. Honestly, I can't really remember, but it's like I've come like tangentially close to like a really scary situations, but I've never actually like been in any where my life was like in immediate danger or whatever. But like, I remember there's like this one field right near house I used to live by. There's like this deforested area. There's like logs everywhere. Every once in a while, I like go back there and like build forts out of all the logs and sticks or whatever. But I stopped going there. But then I realized my brother went there and he said that he saw there's like these people there, and they had like white hoods on, and they were like near a fire.
Gangsta.
And that he also saw there's like you know, empty beer bottles and like cigarettes and just like used, you know, rubbers everywhere.
What the
So, like,
fuck?
So by not going there, I merely avoided my fate with getting caught in a Klansman gangbang. Or whatever.
That is the fucking weirdest thing I've ever heard. A Klansman.
Welcome to North Carolina. It's the South.
Oh
Oh,
god,
maybe.
my dad had to play a gig there yesterday.
But yeah, I wasn't there myself. I just heard about
At the
it.
Klansman
Oh.
gangbang?
That's
That's
so
what I can assume
weird.
it was.
No,
I didn't know
mean,
that was part of their creed.
I guess it is now. You know, they got it.
Yeah, they're going with the times.
You're right. Yeah, they got to rebrand. That definitely fits their demographic.
Definitely.
All right, Imperial. How about you?
All right, I have some ideas. So I have a thing where I was in real danger and something that was really supernatural in my eyes. I think I have already told that one, but I was in school and my class teacher had this weird thing that at the end of the school year we would do a theater play in English. And when that was over and I wanted to get something to drink because my throat was dry as fuck, I got into this corridor to the room which was on the middle of it, and in front of me was this girl, and she was walking in front of me, and she went into the same room as I wanted to go, maybe 5 meters in front of me, and when I walked in, she was gone, and she was gone. I saw her go in, and I looked specifically in the room, and I could never walk into this room again because I had like this fucking creepy feeling that something was wrong at this day. So that's my supernatural experience, the one I have, the one that was pretty fucking scary in my opinion. And the other one where I was in actual danger was we were swimming, and I think it was last year in the Caribbean, and I was with my uncle and my little cousin, and we were going to the bakery that was on the other side of the beach, and I just felt like, okay, let's go a bit swimming. I mean, someone is carrying the bread. I'm not the guy, so I'm going in, and the water. I didn't know it was receding, and it was such a hard pull. I could barely keep the position I was in, and I could forward. I barely managed to not get drawn out, and that was really fucking scary. Then my uncle got in and grabbed me by the hand and got me out of it.
Yeah, water experiences can be fucked.
So I was not that far from the shore, so I could probably stand if it wasn't for these massive fucking waves.
God, that's fucked up, man. Alright, Minjir, how about you? Creaky chair.
What do you mean it's a creaky chair?
Chair be creaking. Okay, thanks, cartoon grandma chair.
Okay. This was in kindergarten. This was a while ago, bro. Holy shit. So, yeah, me and my classmates were like, we gotta go take a trip to the forest. Yeah. We drove like very deep into the forest. We had to do some tradition shit or whatever. Then, fucking 10 minutes later, out of nowhere, this fucking bear comes out of the fucking woods.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I was a few meters away from that fucking bear. He just walked past like it was nothing. He just didn't care about us.
Just vibing, bro.
he just he looked at us, but he didn't give a shit. He just moved on with his life.
He really was just vibing.
My classmates didn't give a shit. They didn't believe me. Like, I told them, turn the fuck around, dude. Holy shit, there's a bear. They didn't believe me. And there's this fucking bear just standing still.
Lithuania is fucked up.
With a bunch of kids. Yeah. That was fucking scary. He looked at me, bruh.
That's fucked up, man.
Alright,
Ryan, how about you?
Yeah, so my most scary experiences all happened in nightmares.
Oh.
But
Yeah, wow, I could have much more scarier.
Yeah, I could get fucked shit if we're talking.
Yeah, I've dreamed
the thing is, let me speak. Like, there aren't a lot of things where I thought I was in like really fucking big danger, like real life. The thing with, and I'm going to tell some stories in real life that were pretty scary. But the thing is, the nightmares for me are so fucking lively that, and you can't, and I really thought this was real life at that point in the dream. But anyway, some real life stories. That was just like only a few months ago. I was driving to school in the morning. It was still dark. I'm driving with my car, and I'm still like a little bit tired. Nothing would be happening. And then I was like 19 kilometers an hour. And then just this fucking deer just runs over the street meters away from me, and I almost crashed in it with 19 kilometers an hour.
Had those. Yeah, we had those.
If that would have happened, I'd drive a relatively small car. The car would have been fucked. I wouldn't have gone to school because I would have to call the cops because I just killed a fucking deer with my car. Because that's German bureaucracy for you. You have to call the cops when you kill a deer with a car.
Oh,
and I probably would have waited 1 or 2 hours until the fucking cops arrive because they're lazy as fuck.
Off the record, Red, you might have to deal with bigger things in the future because they, what Americans have the bison. Yes, we European have a thing like that as well. We are currently
that's almost extinct.
But we are rehabilitating it in Germany right now. And recently, one guy close to the hometown of my grandparents, one guy crashed into one of these things. You have to imagine a bison, and it's the car was broken. The thing was not dead. The car was. And I don't want to imagine that crashing into one of these things.
Oh.
I thought the bison only lives in Belarus anymore, but anyways.
It lives in Germany now as well, in the area close to my grandparents. They re-inhabited it there 5 years ago.
But anyways, even though the last nightmare was like at least 5 years ago, the thing with like some of them are like they usually involve like either a plane crash for some reason, even though I don't have a fear of flights at all, or drowning. And at this point, because literally I know every time where I'm like on a plane in a dream, I know what's going to happen when I realize, wait, I've been here before. And then yeah, basically that's probably how I don't get nightmares, because the nightmares kept being the same, and now I just fucking realize that they are nightmares before they actually become nightmares and they're gone. But usually it involves like one was pretty scary, where I was like on a fucking island and the water just kept rising and I fucking almost drowned, and but before I woke up. And the thing is, because they are so fucking lively, like, in that situation, I literally thought I was fucking going to die there.
The fact that you were on an island and the water was just like for no reason rising.
It was also fucking dark.
What is this, the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know what has happened.
I-
There was like
what place is that anyway? Again, you
I
remind me.
have no.
Total drama.
Oh my god.
Fortnite.
Total drama. He was on Total Drama Island, everybody.
Yeah.
Alright, Viper, you wanna let us know?
Alright, so this happened today.
Why can't Total
I-
Drama be
I
bad?
think-
Wait.
The wound is still fresh.
This happened today?
Yeah! I'll tell you.
What?
What?
So at 7 a.m. today, I woke up to an alarm in saying that, let me pull up the real message. I think if I read the message.
Hey, you got an F on your test.
No. I'll show you guys.
Or a B. You got a B on your test.
Alright, emergency alert. This is a
Asians,
province of Ontario emergency bulletin, which applies to people within 10 kilometers of Pickering Nuclear Generating Station. An incident was reported at the Pickering Nuclear Generating Station.
Oh no.
There has been no
This is scary.
abnormal release of radioactivity from the station, and the emergency staff are responding to the situation. People near the Pickering Nuclear Generating Station do not need to take any protective actions at this time. Remain tuned to local media for further information and instructions. When I saw the word nuclear,
fucked up.
I freaked out. I was like, wait, are we getting Chernobyl right now? And then I was so paranoid that at 7 a.m., even though I woke up from my sleep, I looked up Chernobyl to look at the range, and I saw Polski, and see that's pretty far from Chernobyl. I was like, oh shit. So I looked up the map of where this nuclear power plant is, and it's actually very not too far from where I live, actually. Well, kind of far in terms of driving distance, but it's actually like a 26-minute drive away. Holy shit. So then, I freaked out, and the first thing I did was look up the news, found nothing. Okay, go on Reddit, Toronto, and then read the comments. And people are like, oh, there goes my chance to buy a house in Toronto. And people are like, oh no, is this a drill? Or is this fake? Or is
I mean, I
this?
feel the real estate would go down.
Yeah, and then
My house.
people are like, people don't, or people are like, what is this ominous kind of alert? First they tell you that an incident was reported, and then they tell you to, oh, everything's okay, but then they say no release of radioactivity, but then yet emergency staff are responding. Like people were freaking out because it was a very confusing alert, especially when it's so loud and wakes you up at 7 a.m. So everybody's freaking out. Like people were wondering, is this a mistake? Is this actually happening? What's going on? Did somebody get killed, or was there a leak? Like everybody was freaking out. And then,
Iran.
yeah. So what happened was
You guys bombed them.
Yeah,
Take out Canada.
so-
Take them out.
So 3 hours later, what happened was they tell you, oh, sorry, it was a mistake. So what happened was somebody clicked the button, emergency alert by accident or something.
Oh my god. It's
It was
always
saying
bad
error.
clicking
So
a button.
there's no danger to the public or environment. And I'm thinking, I'm like, so what if there's actually danger? Then the next time it happens, people will be like, oh, it's the boy who cried wolf. And then when it's actually happening, and then you're fucked.
Wouldn't
like
it be
the
funny if I
Hawaii
pressed the
parade
emergency
when
button?
somebody-
Well,
like when in Hawaii back then, when everybody thought North Korea was going to nuke Hawaii, and then just turned out somebody like also
literally
fucking
that
clicked.
shit again. Fucking
So
some
I was like,
bag.
so in reality, I was thinking like,
Moving
shit,
up.
we're getting Chernobyl. Yesterday was the flood, and today is Chernobyl. Oh my god. Cause the reason why I thought it was believable because there was like a huge flood and recently in like southern Ontario here, and I was like, oh, so did the flood damage the nuclear power plant? Oh no, like I was freaking out, man. The timing was just like, wow.
Yeah, well, shit.
Mm.
Well,
Well,
at
well,
least
well,
it was an error. Like, I'm relieved that to hear it's an error, but I'm worried about the next time it happens. What if it's actually not an error
Well,
and
there
people
you
think
go.
it's an error, and then it'll be like, fuck.
Holy,
Alright, let's move on.
holy shit! We're an hour in already.
Yeah, that was a
Well,
long
well,
one.
well.
All right.